Greetings, Elder Blacklight. From sun up to sundown, I'm gonna flood the airwaves with the kind of knowledge you won't get in college and the kind of flavor that will save you. 24/7. I'm gonna be hitting you with this black power. Black talk. Real black talk. It's hard to get one person to follow your advice and suggestions, but it's hard to get a whole planet to understand it and follow your advice and suggestions, because everybody wants to think that it's different, but it's not. White supremacy, what we want to call white supremacy, his world of illusion is trying to take control of the whole planet. He took control of North America with his illusions and trickery. He took control of South America. He took control of Europe. He took control. He's in Africa. He took control of Africa. He's in the Middle East. Look how he got them fighting each other. This is one of the reasons why we sent him to the Caucasus Mountains. We made him go to the Caucasus Mountain. While he was in the Caucasus Mountains, he turned into a caveman, savage, lost knowledge of civilization, until Moses went over there and schooled him on a few things. But it's hard to get our people to see where you're coming from. They kind of hard-headed. They refuse to see it. This is why, when they feel like it, they just kill an unarmed brother or sister, walking while black, driving while black, playing golf while black, sitting on the couch watching TV while black. And let me pull out my version of why I think they killed Botham Jean's neighbor, Brother Brown. It's an either-or situation. Either-or situation. But I better go ahead on and spit it out for you. It's also the reason why they were hugging Amber Geiger and showing forgiveness. Now, this is just my scenario. Now, it was some text messages that Amber Geiger and her lover man, I forgot his name, they had him deleted. They deleted him, and the prosecution couldn't find him. I always heard that you can never delete altogether. They got ways of going past deletion and pulling up files that you thought you deleted. They didn't call a whole lot of people like that. But these two text messages were deleted, and the prosecution said they couldn't find it. But this is what I believe had happened. I believe that they went to the wrong apartment. Some kind of way, I think that they said it was one sister, I don't forgot her name, that was videotaping. Well, by him being, Mr. Brown being across the hall, peace be upon that brother, Mr. Brown being across the hall from both of them, and they were kind of tight, he said they both got high together. Well, I believe that both of them was getting this. He was getting weed from somewhere. See, y'all don't want to talk about that part, but everybody smoke weed, just about. Weed is no big thing, you know. But they're not going into, did he get it from the doctor? At least I didn't hear it. Did he get his weed from the doctor, prescription? Or did he go across the hall and get it from Mr. Brown? Both of them got smoked weed together. I believe that it wasn't that many black people that lived in that building that Amber Guyver and both of them lived in. Maybe a few, two or few, three or four. But when she got that deleted text message, they were talking to each other, both of them police. They probably wanted to go into Mr. Brown's apartment. And they been smelling, weed, and somebody snitched about the weed. And for some reason, both of them John's door was ajar. Now, she went in, and she did say something to the guy, to both of them. But she was maybe trying to go to Brown's apartment. But she had in her mind made up that she was gonna kill him and blame it on the weed. But she went to the wrong apartment. She went to both of them's apartment instead of Brown's apartment. It just killed both of them. Found out when she called her partner up, her lover up, that it was the wrong apartment. Brown seen all this. So both of them were still alive. So she didn't know what to do. She was in a panic because she said, this is the wrong joint. So she said, I made a mistake. I thought this was my apartment. So she waited till her police friends come up there, and they didn't do no helping to try to save both of them's life. Brown peeping all of this. So they told Brown, keep your mouth shut. So at first they tried to say that both of them, John, they tried to blame he was smoking weed. But the mother and father of both of them, John, wanted to keep his reputation. They wanted to have a good reputation. They didn't want to taint his reputation of being a Christian man. That's why the hope for compensation of hugging and crying, because they they made a deal with Amber Guyber that if she don't, you know, if Mr. Brown don't say nothing, she won't say nothing. Because if Mr. Brown would have told what he know, it'd shake up the whole Dallas police and judicial system. You know. So that's what happened. Brown wouldn't tell what he know and made it seem like it was an honest mistake that she went into his department, but it was an honest mistake because they was intending to kill Mr. Brown. We went and killed both of them. A wrong place. So now that they got the lawsuit in, he could say he's still a threat. He could say in the lawsuit what he know, and it still bring the whole police force down. That's the way I see it. Somewhere in between that is the real truth. But both of them is shut up, and Mr. Brown is shut up because they seen something they weren't supposed to see. So this is Black Light saying, think about it.